Hello, everybody. Welcome back. This is Diane.Boerstler, the Hypnotic Amazon Sales Copywriter. And I am really excited because this is the point at which I wish I was standing in front of an auditorium of like 10,000 people so I can yell, "Are we ready to write yet? Are you really ready to write?" Which sounds really silly, but still, for me, this is the most exciting part, right? So you've learned all the hard stuff, and all you need to do now is implement it. So you should by now have everything that you need, right? You should have your keywords ready to go. Your keywords for your listing, your long tail keywords. You should have your hot button and trance research. You should have your competitive research. You should know what the objections are we're overcoming. You should know what the way you're going to position yourself against your competitors' products, right? You should know, by this point, you know so much. So we're going to go through, we're going to actually start putting this to use. Okay. So again, I'm just going to remind you, if you have any questions, please ask me. While to me, everybody seems to get this and I won't say it's relatively easy. This seems to be easier for people to grasp after doing all of the research than if we just launch into this at the beginning and say, here's how you write some bullet points and some titles and some, a description, right? Which is what a lot of other programs do. We don't do that. We teach you the full human psychology, the depth behind it, show you how to find the answers, and then show you how to implement it. So you know exactly what you're doing every single time you write a listing, and you create a high converting listing every time. So that being said, we've already talked about images, so we're going to jump right into writing click happy titles. Okay, so legalese, you know that, have to have it in here. Titles, just a quick brief overview, a reminder. Max 200 characters. We can't use HTML. We can't use all caps unless it's a recognized acronym like USB. And if you're going for mobile optimization, make sure you keep it under 120. If you're not sure, go back and check your stats under Facebook Audience Insights. See how many people are searching and buying from mobile. See how many people are searching and buying from desktops. If it's very heavily mobile, we're talking over 40, 50, 60%. Mobile optimize. If not, take advantage of both and optimize for both PC and tablet and mobile by being able to add more of your long tail keywords and more of the benefits and more of the transformation, if you can fit the transformation into the 200 characters for your title. Okay. You can tell I get really excited when I do this, right? Like this is where my passion lives. You have to stand out if you want to get clicked. Okay, you have to stand out if you want to get picked. You have to stand out if you want to get clicked. Don't look like a Me Too product. You are competing against, on that front page, it's only like, I think it's like 9 above the fold on the front Amazon search page. You're competing like against maybe 9 other products, but they can scroll down if all of you look boring. Okay, they can scroll down. They can also go search for another term and you'll get knocked out of the running. Look exciting. Look, stand out, get clicked. Don't be a Me Too product. Okay. Let's see here. Oh yeah. Again, back to the customer awareness sale. Your title, we're going to start using this in your title. So always refer to your customer awareness scale. And I'm going to give a little caveat here for one in the title, okay? Because this is a little bit different on Amazon than it is for, in Amazon title than it is for the bullet points and for the description. So for the title, we talked about how customer awareness level number 1 was like a name brand. You know the brand, right? Or your brand that's at least relatively well known. People search for your brand. Okay. Here's the deal. If you are growing, let's say you have in your process, in your flow right now, you have 30 products with your brand name that are going to launch in the next 6 months. Treat your listing like it's customer awareness level 1 or 2. Okay. And the reason that I'm saying this is because I've broken up these bullet points into multiple categories so that you know which one. If your customer has an awareness level of 1, you use this bullet point template, right? If your customer has an awareness level of 2, you use this bullet point template. I've actually broken this down so you don't have to guess and try 50 different bullet point templates. I've got the 8 highest converting. And with those 8 highest converting, it's telling you specifically, you'll know specifically which ones to test. That way you're not, it's going to save you 3 years of time or something. I don't know. So I did that so that you can see kind of where, so it's more cut and paste simple for you as opposed to, being like, oh, great, I have all these title templates. Now which one do I use? Right. So customer awareness level 1, again, well-known brand. If you're a well-known brand, that's great. If you are someone who's launching a ton of products with the same brand name, use the templates for customer awareness level 1. Customer awareness level 2. You're not a well-known brand and you have lots of different brands, right? So you don't have one brand and all you do is baby stuff. Let's say you have a brand that does bicycle lights and a brand that does baby gear and a brand that does outdoor gear and a brand that sells food and a brand that does, right? You're going to focus on being the exact type of product they want and delivering the exact solution they're looking for. Okay, so then you're going to use bullet point options 5 and 7 later on in this PowerPoint. And you also, I'm going to back up for a minute. You have these bullet point templates that you can download and you can just, it'll say, bullet point option 1, bullet point option 2. You're like, oh, hey, I know my customer awareness level is 2. So I'm going to go see which one feels better to me, 5 or 7. And then look at the justifications for using each one, and you'll know exactly which bullet point template to use. And then all you're going to do is you're going to plug in the benefits people already want to see because you did your competitive analysis research using the trance words and the hot button words that you found and, specific details about your product that you already know, right? And you're going to have a high converting, high click-through title. Very simple. As long as you did that the right way. As long as you did your competitive analysis, competitive research, and you're not just guessing, right? So customer awareness level 3 and 4. If most of your customers are at level 3 and 4, you're really not a well-known brand. And either they know they have a problem, but they're not sure how to solve it yet. So for example, they know they have plantar fasciitis, but they don't want to buy orthotics, custom orthotics at $500 to $1,000 a pair. And they're not sure how to solve it yet. They're looking for the product type that will still provide the solution. Your customer awareness level 3, right? And so you're going to use, options 6 and 8 below, and you're going to focus on a ton of benefits and transformation with maybe 1 or 2 features. So all you got to do, if you want to know, like you say, oh, I know I'm awareness level 3, you're going to use title options 6 and 8, fill in the blanks, focusing on a ton of benefits and transformations with 1 or 2 features. Because what they're looking for is they're looking for the benefits and transformation. They don't know. They have no clue what the feature should even be in the product yet because they don't know the product type, right? So, you'll justify logically with your features. So if you're level 4, we're jumping over to level 4 right here, and they're kind of meshed and merged in the title, which is why we put them together. You don't even have a diagnosis for your problem yet. All you know is there's this weird, bizarre stabbing pain in your foot, and you want that weird, bizarre stabbing pain to stop. You don't know if it's plantar fasciitis. You don't know what it is. Right? So you have a problem, you want it to stop, right? So you don't have a diagnosis yet. You're still going to use title options, and you'll see again if you look at your bullet point, it's kind of like your title cheat sheet. It's like a fill in the blank template, right? You're going to use options 6 and options 8, and use maybe 1 or 2 keywords, which you'll see in there, and then focus a ton on benefits and transformation because that's what they want. They don't want a specific product yet. They want a specific outcome. Right? And then you're going to use 1 or maybe 2 features, just so you're still pulling in those level 3s who might have read a little bit about it. And so you're also pulling in those level 2s. Okay? Those customer awareness level 2, 3, and 4. Customer awareness level 5. If your customers are jaded. So for example, these are people who have been, they're like 45 to 65 years old. They've tried, 50 different weight loss products and supplements and, equipment, and they've spent like $20,000 on diet consultants and nutritionists and eating food and and you're selling something that supports a low carb, high fat diet and it works. You have to remember a lot of your customers are going to be jaded. So, if you're looking for something that's highly controversial, your customers are going to be jaded. If it's something brand new they've never heard of before, they might be a little skeptical or jaded. So then you're going to follow the same rules as levels 3 and 4, customer awareness level 3 and 4. And again, this is just for your title. This is not for your bullet points. We'll get to that. This is not for your description. So, figure out which customer awareness level your customers are, most of your customers are at, your one person is at, and that one person encompasses obviously the largest group of customers that you would serve, right? Figure that out first before you go on. Did you figure it out? Just kidding. You can pause the video if you need to at any time. Anyhow, sorry, pardon me for a second here. We are almost through. We have this module and 2 more to go. So, this is option number 1. And as we said, for option number 1, you can use, it's usually for customer awareness level 1. So options 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 are for customer awareness level 1. That's for people, and this encompasses a lot of the sellers that I work with, which is why I wanted to include these. This is for people who are either, and not necessarily well-known brands, but also brands that are launching a ton of products. They have a goal of launching 30 or 60 products under the same brand in a 6-month period or in a year, right? So you want that branding to be known as like the baby brand, the best baby brand, right? Or the best bicycle brand, or the, bicycle gear brand, or the best hiking gear brand, or the best, weight loss food brand, or something along those lines, the best low carb food brand. You're going to want to use your brand name because you want people to start, saying, Weight Watchers wasn't so good. Atkins, not so sure about that. And again, I'm not saying either of those are bad. Those are great. I'm sure. But you want them to be like, oh yeah, XYZ, total weight loss solution brand is like the best thing ever. So I'm just going to go and type in, a brand name, snacks, right? Because they know your snacks are going to be low carb. They're going to help them lose weight. They're going to keep them full, etc. Right? So what you're going to do is you're going to say, and again, this is just a walkthrough on how to use your templates more than anything, because you already know the rest of this stuff you're going to see here. Okay. You're going to plug in your brand name, right? Your main keyword. This is going to be your highest volume keyword. Okay. And then your product name. So it's going to look something like XYZ brand, keto snacks, ultra delicious barbecue chips or something, right? And then you're going to use your other keyword, and then you're going to use an important, like your hypnotic anchor, right? So like, let's say, leverages the power of, fuel fat burn, fuel fat burn supplements powder, or fuel fat burn, ginseng or something, right? Like modified ginseng. You're going to talk about, if you have room, you're going to talk about the features, right? Because they already trust your brands, the features, and then the benefits, and then if there's room, transformations, right? That's for big brands, okay? Or if you want to become a big brand. There's several other options to this. And there should be examples in your template. And I'm just going to go, I'll double check that at the very end to make sure that there are examples of how this was actually used. So you're not just guessing and checking. And remember, you can send these to me at any time if you need some help. Okay. So option 2, this is for, again, customer awareness level 1. You're going to use the brand name, your brand name, plus your product name, plus your main keyword. So why would you use this one instead of option 1? You may have noticed it. Option 1, you have brand name, you have your keyword, and your product name. Your brand name is what they're searching for. The keyword is the thing they're searching for the second most. Your product name is unknown, so they're searching, or maybe not as well known, so they're searching for your product name, right? Third. And then, of course, there are other keywords they're searching for that will pull in other people who don't know your brand name or aren't thinking of it at the time, who don't know your main keyword and who don't know your product name. So, number 2, this is for if your brand name is really well known and your product name is really well known and people are searching for your brand name or they're searching for your product name more than they're searching for your main keyword, especially if it's highly competitive, right? So your brand name is the brand name you own, unless you're a wholesale seller, in which case you're still competing under brand name for the most part. So your brand name, your product name, main keyword, plus other keywords, plus any of your hypnotic anchors, right? So what positions your product as exceptional, what is positioning your product as novelty, new, revolutionary, etc., right? Something that's different and better than any competing product. Okay, then you're going to want to go into features, benefits, and transformations. You know what your features are. They're in your copy brief. You know what your benefits are. They're in your copy brief. Focus on the ones you know that your customers, from your competitive analysis, want to see the most. What are the most important things? And then if you have room, what's the most important transformation that you can showcase? Okay? So, main keyword plus product name by brand name. This is if you have a brand name that's becoming relatively well known. You want to switch this around. If you have a brand name that's becoming relatively well known, or you want it to start ranking in the search engines, but you know that people aren't looking for a brand name most of the time, they're looking for a keyword. So you're looking to take that market and be the first big brand name or one of the big brand names in that market, right? This is also if you have a keyword you know that's really important, so like 2-in-1 foam roller, and then you have a product name, right? 2-in-1 foam roller, and then let's say it's like pain relief management system or something, you know, our pain relief XL, right? By brand name. Okay, so then you want to say like by Fit Heaven. Okay, so people are searching for the main keyword. They also know a little bit about your product because you've done promo. And then they're also searching for your brand name. Then you're going to use other keywords, of course, other hypnotic anchors, features, benefits, and transformations, right? You can switch transformations back here and skip the features and benefits. You can also, if you don't have one, skip the hypnotic anchor. We've tested it both ways. It performs about the same. So whichever flows better for you. So these first 4 fill in the blanks plus transformations works just as well as hypnotic anchor. And you'll see I play around with this a little bit, but this up here is the most important portion. Okay, this line right here. Okay, so, and that's of course for customer awareness level 1, or when you want your brand to become well known. But your product name does not matter all that much, and you're focused on ranking for a specific keyword, right? Okay, so here is what you use if your product name is really well known. You want your brand name to become well known, and then you want to rank for keywords as well. Okay, so you say product name by brand name. So 2-in-1 foam roller by Fit Heaven. And then you would say something, then you would put like a, I can't remember what those lines are. You can use a dash. Sorry, pardon me. You can use a dash and then use your main keyword. And you can say, you know, like sciatica roller for massage therapy, trigger point massage therapy, you know, weight loss, has, you know, leverages, you know, massage, how would we say, like 5-finger technology, or, you know, like a finger to palm technology, or real massage therapist technology, or, you know, something along those lines. And, you know, I usually think a while about my hypnotic anchor, so it sounds like I'm spouting things out. That's why I usually power them up too. I power them up and power them up and power them up. So I write down the first thing that comes to mind, knowing it's a hypnotic anchor, and then go from there, right? So you have the hypnotic anchor, and then you have features, benefits, transformations. You don't want to weigh too heavily on features on this, right? You want to focus more on benefits and transformations. But if you have a feature they're really looking for, right? So what would they be looking for a foam roller? Grid. Okay, they're looking for grid. They're looking for a grid roller. So you might want to mention grid, right? And that might also be your main keyword. So then you've already mentioned your feature. A lot of times your features are going to be a main keyword already, so you don't have to sweat adding the features. So this is something you want to use if your product is well known. You want your brand to become well known because you have a line coming out that you want to sell to solve that problem. And then, of course, your keywords are slightly less important. And your keywords are only able to become slightly less important if you're dedicated to driving traffic, right? So this is what I like to call brand at the ends. These are for customer awareness level 2. So you still want people to be able to find you if they're searching for your brand. You know, you're selling a product where the keyword or the solution is more important than the product name. So you'd use the main keyword plus product name plus other keywords plus the important hypnotic anchors. I wouldn't even really, if you have really important features you know they're looking for, you can mention these here. Otherwise, focus on benefits and transformations, okay? Then it's by brand name. Product name plus main keyword plus other keywords. Okay, so if you know that if you are at a awareness level of 3, 4, or 5, or when you want your people to know your product name, not your brand name. So, for example, you know, Quad Threat, Pest Repeller. They're not looking to rank their brand Watchman Defense because they only have a couple of products. They're looking to rank their products. They want people to know their products. So Quad Threat, and it's a lot more compelling than you know, if you want to than just seeing, you know, Pest Repeller plugin, which would be the main keyword. So Quad Threat Pest Repeller plugin. Let's see, drives away pests by leveraging or by using or with a revolutionary. Well, let's see here. Let's say it's like 5-in-1 technology or 5X technology. You can say that 5-in-1 or 5X. And then you can put a dash. Then guarantees your home will be pest and scurry free within 6. I can't say guarantees there. You can say lifetime guaranteed to, because if you have a lifetime guarantee, you can say lifetime guaranteed to repel pests from your home by brand name, right? And so, like I said, there are other better examples of this. There should be on your templates. You can also, one of the biggest things you can do is look at your competitors, see what they're doing, see what they're saying, and just say it better, right? This is for customer awareness level 3, 4, or 5. Okay, and this is really important if you want to save space and rank for multiple keywords. Okay, so if there's no one major brand and you're not looking to get your brand ranked because or your brand recognized because you sell lots of different kinds of products, you're more of a product focused person than you are a brand focused person, then you would want to use something like this. That way you get more keywords and that you can rank for. What about no brands? Okay, so no brand. So you have main keyword plus product name and other keywords, and important hypnotic anchor, and benefits, features, transformations. And these are all rotatable. So you just make it sound as smoothly as possible. You want it to make it sound like you're speaking it, not like it's jilted, right? So this is for customer awareness level 2, or when you're at that point where you're just launching a product and you really, really, really just want to maximize keyword ranking space and your brand just isn't important yet, right? So if it's your first product or the only product you're launching under that brand, then you want to use option 7. Option 8 is also no brand, but it's for customer awareness levels 3, 4, and 5, right? So the other time to use this is if you have a product name that's really rockin', like 3000 GX, right? So if you're like, let's see here, like I said, quad threat before, or if you have like, Heaven's Touch, like massage therapy, water, whatever. Those are names that are going to, if your name is a lot more attractive than your brand, you want to use your name first. And you want to focus on creating a really attractive name, but it also has to make sense and speak to the people, obviously, who you're speaking to, that one unique person. Where it's actually a whole group of people, but you're speaking to that one unique person. I hope I've made that very clear. That one person is like, multiplied by a million people who see themselves as the same way. So you're speaking to that one person. Okay, so with this, you're going to want to do the product name, the main keyword, so like quad threat, pest repeller plugin, instantly repels mice, rodents, insects, etc., right? Whatever other keywords they have. And then you want to say, by leveraging the power of 5X technology, by using 5X technology to, excuse me, and then you talk about the benefits, to send pests scurrying away fast and keep them away forever, or something like that, right? To send pests scurrying away fast and keep them away forever. So then you have to go through, like I always have to do, and you have to cut back your title to 200 characters, because I tend to be a little long-winded. If you haven't noticed, I just like to explain everything. So if you are using option 8, that means you'd go back and you'd say, okay, I have to keep my product name, I have to keep my main keyword, I have to keep at least one other keyword, and I really want to focus on the right mix of my hypnotic anchor, features, benefits, and transformation in a way that makes sense, as though I'm kind of pitching them a guarantee, right? I'm telling them what the product does, what the transformation does, why it does that when other products don't. So that's the hypnotic anchor. Let's see here, and I'm telling them about the benefits and transformations. Okay. So that being said, you can email me with any questions, but what I'd like to do real quick is go over here and check and make sure that I've actually put the right one up that has and let's see if we can walk through some of these, right? 8 keyword infused title templates. Okay, so, yep. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk through this with you, and then when you actually watch the video, you will have examples. Okay, so let's go to, where's my template here? Hold on, I'm going to pause for a second so you don't have to, maybe I won't pause for a second. It's not showing me the pause button. Here is okay. Here's your template for competitive analysis, right? And I'm going to, let's say we have a template I'm just going to write down some keywords in here. Let's see here. Let's see. So we're going to go for option 1. Let's say your brand name is Boobaloo. I don't know what that would be for, right? Boobaloo. Let's see here. Pest repeller or ultrasonic pest repeller plugin, right? So as you can see here, we've gone and we've covered the brand name, which is Boobaloo, and then the main keyword, which is ultrasonic pest repeller plugin. Now we're going to do the product name. Let's say it's called the Mouse Away, the Mouse Evade. I don't even know if that's a word. 5,000, right? Mouse Evade 5,000. And then you would say Electro. And again, you're not going to, I don't know why I did all caps here. I'm sorry. Obviously, I'm in bullet point mode. Boobaloo, ultrasonic pest repeller plug in, right? Plug in. And then, we're going, so this right here is the brand name, right? So here's the brand name. Okay. Main keyword. And I'll highlight this here. See if I can make them different colors. That'll make it easier for you to see this. Then you have a main keyword, right? Let's do those in, what color should we do those in? Let's do those in green. Let's just go down the line. Here's our main keyword, ultrasonic pest repeller plugin. Okay. And then you have your product name, right? Which is the Mouse Evade 5000. Okay. Next color is blue. Okay. So now you see how this is kind of matching up. Electromagnetic rodent repeller. Let's see, rodent electromagnetic. We already use repellers, so I like to use it twice in a row if possible. Rodents, not system, rodents. Second, I'm gonna go to Amazon. Just gotta go to Amazon and do this. So that way let's hope Scope's not down still. Otherwise I'm gonna be over at Merchant Words. Okay, so let's see here. We have the ultrasonic pest repeller. Oh, I don't know why it does that. Okay, ultrasonic pest. So let's go here. We're going to go to our scope, which again you may not have, but I am going to use it. So pest repeller, mosquito repellent, pest repellent. So let's say we know that ours is electromagnetic. Let's assume ours is electromagnetic. We know that we've already used pest repellent, so let's use electromagnetic. Let's say rodent repeller. I already used repeller. Rodent repellent. So use pest. Okay. And if you can, use a direct keyword if you can. But with this, we have two really main keywords there: pest repeller and pest repellent, right? Pest repeller, pest repellent, pest repeller, pest repellent. You can use mosquito repellent as well, but you can fit mosquito in as, give me a second here. Let's see here. Let's see, rodent. I want to see if I can find something that's more, let's see here. A rodent, it wouldn't be plug-in. Rodent, see, even I have tricky times doing this sometimes. Mouse control, and one of the big words that I'd seen before was mouse trap alternative, right? Repels, and then you go through and you could say something like, let's see here, leverages the power of 5-in-1 technology to drive away to quickly and let's see, 5-in-1 oscillating technology. It'd have to be an oscillating one. To quickly and permanently drive away rodents, mosquitoes. I don't know if it actually does that. Rats, mice, right? And then you can say, so this is, for a pest-free home, right? So this is like a really, really long one. Let's see here. So that is actually, let's say this is the other keywords, right? Hypnotic Anchor, right? 5-in-1 oscillating technology. And you can say instead of, this is also part of the keyword, sorry. You can also say uses powerful 5-in-1 oscillating technology, and you could say 5x oscillating technology for your hypnotic anchor, but you can explain it in the title as 5s1. 5-in-1, powerful 5-in-1 oscillating technology, right? So right here we have our hypnotic anchor, and as you're going to see, the hypnotic anchor and the benefits and transformations all blend together, okay? So you can rearrange this in a way that makes sense, okay? Yeah, okay, so you can use this in a way that makes sense. So we went back to the yellow, and I'm not sure we went back to the yellow. Sorry, give me a second here. Probably because I don't do anything else. Let's do gray. That way you can still read it. Okay, so let's go back here. Let's do gray right there. Okay, so you see how these match up? You're just going to go through and do that for your product. You're going to decide, you know, if you're an option one, you know, what is your, you know, brand name? Is it important? What's more important, brand name, keyword, or product name, right? What are your keywords you're going to put in here? What are your other keywords? If you can do a low competition, high volume or medium volume keyword, use that in your other keywords. That's where I grabbed this mousetrap alternative. Mousetrap alternative. And so then we can look at this and say, okay, are we remotely under 200 characters? Nope. What do you pull out? Let's see. You can say 5x. That'll cut something back. Oscillating technology. You can get away quickly. You can get it quickly and permanently. Let's see here. Because you can see that below. Driveway rodents, mosquitoes, rats, and mice. And mice. Please remember that an ampersand here takes up less room than the letters A and D. So use an ampersand when you can if your title is too long. Let's see here. 206. Nope. 5. Driveway rodents, mosquitoes, rats, mice. And in this case, you would have to take out mosquitoes. See if that fits then. Because mosquitoes is going to be less important with this particular type of pest repeller. There we go. Characters with spaces, 195. Okay, and again, I'm gonna put this version up in the back room, in our back area. So if for some reason you have the original version, you can go and download this one and you'll see these examples. Let's see here. We can do the same thing down here, right? So here's an example of how this would change. You are going to, this has the brand name plus product name, right? And so it's like this. Special plugin, electromagnetic mousetrap alternative. This is powerful because then you have the same right there, extra keywords, right? So you have it right there. So you're going to rank for that first, rank for that after that, right? So this is kind of more about ranking and your brand. Let's see here. So for this one, we're going to do main keyword, right? Then we're going to do the product name. Let's see here. So ultrasonic pest repeller plugin, and then you would put a dash mouse evade, blah 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 by Boobaloo. Electromagnetic, there's your keyword, right? Electromagnetic and mousetrap alternative uses powerful 5x oscillating technology. There is one of your hypnotic anchors, and you can do them differently. For this particular product, I know that this has been a big thing. To drive away all those things for a pest-free home, right? So what's the benefit? It drives away this. What's the result? What's our transformation? A pest-free home. Okay. Same thing down here. We can go down here and say product name. So mouse evade. Okay, mouse evade by Boobaloo. So you can say, and this for this particular one, I would probably say move this back over here, electromagnetic, ultrasonic pest repeller plugin, because you want this to be smooth, right? let's see here. They can say mousetrap alternative uses powerful 5x oscillating technology to drive a rodent's mouse mice for the press. So you see how this is, we're just going through, we're saying, okay, it's going to be the same thing for everything. You're just going to go and rearrange it, right? Okay. This is main keyword plus product name plus other keyword. So this is going to be by Bubbly, right? It's main keyword. Let's see here. Okay, main keyword. So this is going to be like this. Okay, and this is going to go back over here because that's where it makes the most sense. Just play around with it until it sounds beautiful and flowy. I always say that sounds so silly, but that's the way it works. That's what we copywriters do. We make magic by continuing to stick with it until everything looks awesome. Okay, so, oops. I'm going to go back up and grab this again. So again, this should give you an example of how to do this. So, this is main keyword. This is the product name. Other keyword. Important hypnotic anchor, features, uses, etc. There's no brand in this one. Why wouldn't we put a brand in this one? Because let's say that we want to rank higher for another specific keyword. Uses powerful 5x, you can say pest repelling oscillation technology, right? So we pulled the brand name out, so we can do that, or, let me see here, what's our word count? 202. Rats, mice. Pardon me. Okay, the other reason you would do this is if you're not worried so much about keywords, but you want to have more room to paint your transformation. So if you wanted to say for a scurry-free, pest-free home, right? So people hate the sound of the scurrying above their heads with these, with the rats and the mice. So you could do that, and then you could pull out the other keyword, right? So you could do it this way. Okay, so just realized that is the wrong, that's the wrong way to spell that. Option 8, no brand. This one is the one to use. Oops. The copy and paste skills aren't quite up to par this afternoon. Probably need more coffee. Let's see here. So you have the product name right here. So you can say Mouse Evade 5000. Ultrasonic Pest Repeller Plugin. And you can even get rid of this electromagnetic mousetrap alternative. Uses powerful. You can put powerful back in there. Or you can put revolutionary, or you can put new, or you can put advanced. Let's see here. And a word about advanced. If you can ever put advanced at the beginning and it's actually advanced, that's great. You can also put, like advanced, like some people say advanced right there. I'll go into this in just a minute, actually. So, and then we'll do like a advanced revolutionary. We'll go into that. We'll do new. We'll do, sorry, I just thought I wanted to add this. I just thought about, this. So, revolutionary new, right? So then you have upgraded. So we'll talk about these in just a minute. So let's say you have the Mouse Evade 5000 Ultrasonic Pest Repeller Plugin Electromagnetic Mousetrap Alternative. And then you would say powerful 5x pest repelling oscillation technology drives away, so you want to smooth it out, drives away rodents, rats, mice for a scurry-free, pest-free home. Okay, so why would you go to the beginning of a listing and use these, right? So if you have a product and the biggest thing is that it's a new technology, you might go and say something like revolutionary Mouse Evade 5000 Ultrasonic Pest Repeller Plugin, right? In which case you need to get rid of something else. So you'd get rid of, scurry-free home. You could say, oh, how did that happen? Scurry-free home. Okay, right? If for some reason, and this is critical, okay, if for some reason you have a product that you receive from the manufacturer and you have horrible reviews in that product all of a sudden, and you've had good reviews before, but you know the manufacturer totally goofed something up, and you have to go and rescue your product's reputation after you've already built that product and that reputation, or if something happens with your brand, you have to rescue, let's stick to products. If something happens to your product where, you have to go rescue the reputation because suddenly they're sending you defunct products that do not work, you really need to use excuse me, that's so funny. I'm like trying not to cough here. So, okay, so you really should use the word upgraded, and you can use the word upgraded in the title. You can say upgraded 2017 at the beginning. You can say upgraded durability. You can say upgraded upgraded system. You can say upgraded technology. You can also do the same thing with advanced, right? You could say advanced durability, advanced system, or more advanced technology, right? This works really, really well in like technical fields. So if you're trying to beat iPhone or something crazy, if you're trying to beat another technology, you've got a vacuum, you've got a pest repeller plugin, you've got, whatever thing that needs to be really advanced. People are always looking for the next best thing. Then you want to do that. Then you want to use advanced, right? Let's see here. If you go and you change your product, you want to say upgraded 2017. If you've improved your product, showcase that, right? You want to do that. And what you do usually is you put it in brackets like this. And for some reason, that means that, because no one's searching for upgraded 2017, for some reason, I don't know why, but the search engines then aren't, going to rank you for that, but they're going to try to rank you for Mouse Evade 5000 or ultrasonic pest repeller plugin, or because this is not relevant to your product, right? But it's easier to read if you do that in those little brackets there. Okay, so you now know how to write your title. If you have any questions at all, please do let me know, and I am going to save an updated version of this, and I'll keep updating it as I need to. I'll save an updated version of this in the back here. So I'm going to say updated 11/2/2017 with examples. Okay, and I'm going to put this up for you in just a minute. Thanks so much, guys. Let's go on to the next module. It is time to write some bullet points, which is my favorite part. Okay,